Hello and welcome to Raju Notes channel, your pit stop for weekly current affairs updates. The updates tailor-made for students taking all kinds of competitive exams like UPSC, civils, defense and placement interviews. Please subscribe to the channel and stay updated every Sunday. National Highway Authorities of India (NHAI) has planned to deploy new route patrolling vehicles named as Rajmarg Sathi on the highways to enhance road safety and strengthening highway patrolling. These vehicles are equipped with advanced communications and safety tools and will be useful in minimizing traffic disruptions and improving road safety. The onboard AI video analytics equipped camera will capture and identify cracks and potholes as well as other elements including vehicles, pedestrians, road signs, and other infrastructure assets. Britain this week became the first European nation to join the Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership (CPTPP), becoming the 12th member. The bloc comprises Canada and Japan, Australia, New Zealand, Brunei, Chile, Malaysia, Mexico, Peru, Singapore, and Vietnam. The United Kingdom, following its 2016 Brexit referendum, is attempting to establish new trade deals abroad after signing the accession treaty with most of European Union members. Established in 2018, the bloc safeguards against Chinese hegemony in the region, providing British companies access to the market of over 500 million people, contributing over 15% of the world's GDP. India beat China in a shootout and win Women's Junior Asia Cup for the second time in a row. India defeated China 3-2 in shootout in the final of the Women's Hockey Junior Asia Cup 2024 in Oman's Muscat on Sunday to win the tournament for the second time straight in a row. The match was tied at 1-1 after the 60-minute regulation time. Earlier this month, India also won the Men's Hockey Junior Asia Cup. Indians will be among the nationals from 39 countries who will have free visas to travel to Sri Lanka from January 2025. This was announced by the visiting Sri Lankan Foreign Minister Vijitha Heratha during an interaction organized by the Indian Foundation in New Delhi. He said a parliamentary gazette notification will be made in next January, where Sri Lanka will give free visas to 39 countries including India. He also expressed hope that India will give the same facility to Sri Lankans. The Sri Lankan foreign minister added that the historical evolution of the cultural bonds with economic activities is the foundation on which the bilateral relationship will grow. The largest number of tourists in Sri Lanka is from India, he added. Vijitha Heratha is part of the delegation of the President Aruna Kumara Dasanaike, who arrived in Delhi for a state visit lasting 3 days from 15th to 17th of December this year. French President Emanuel Macron has expressed gratitude to Prime Minister Narendra Modi after India extended its support in the aftermath of Cyclone Chido, a devastating storm that struck the French archipelago of Mayotte on Sunday. Prime Minister Modi had earlier conveyed his condolences, stating deeply saddened by the devastating caused by the cyclone Chido in Mayotte. He added that under President Emmanuel Macron's leadership, France will overcome this tragedy with resilience and resolve. He further said that India stands in solidarity with France and is ready to extend all possible assistance. Responding to Prime Minister Modi's message, President Macron thanked him on the social media. Cyclone Chido, a Category 4 storm, wreaked havoc as it swept through the southwestern Indian Ocean over the weekend. According to Meteo France, Cyclone Chido was the strongest storm to hit Mayotte in more than 90 years. India has become the third largest exporter of smartphones in the world, which was on the 23rd rank in 2019. The country's smartphone exports have also breached the 20,000 crore rupees mark in a single month in November 2024, according to the data submitted by the companies and the figures compiled from industry associations. Sharing a news article on the social media platform, Union Minister for Electronics and Information Technology Ashwini Vaishnav lauded this achievement and termed it as Making Bharat Story. According to Industry Association data, the country's smartphone exports were recorded at 20,395 crore rupees last month, representing a staggering 92% increase over the same month last year, when the figure was 10,634 crore rupees. This achievement outshines the Production Linked Incentive (PLI) scheme committed to export 70 to 75% of the production value in the financial year 2024-25. National Security Advisor Ajit Doal took part in the India-China Special Representative talks in Beijing on 17th of December. The talks aimed at restoring the bilateral ties stalled for over 4 years due to military standoff in eastern Ladakh. Mr. Doal also held the 23rd round of the Special Representative talks with his Chinese counterpart and the Foreign Minister Yang Yi. They discussed a range of issues to rebuild the bilateral ties following the October 21st agreement of disengagement and patrolling in the eastern Ladakh between the two countries. Earlier, China said that it is ready to work with India to implement the commitments based on common understanding reached between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Xi Jinping during their meeting at Kazan in Russia on the sidelines of BRICS summit on October 24. When asked about the SR talks, Chinese Foreign Minister spokesman Lin Jian told a media briefing that China is prepared to settle differences with sincerity. The government has agreed to refer One Nation, One Election (ONOE) bill to the Joint Parliamentary Committee for a wider consultation. Union Home Minister Amit Shah told Lok Sabha that the Prime Minister Narendra Modi suggested that the bill be sent to JPC as there should be a detailed discussion over it every level. Mr. Shah's statement came amid an uproar in the Lok Sabha as Union Law Minister Arjun Ram Meghwal tabled the Constitution of 129th Amendment Bill 2024 and the Union Territories Law Amendment Bill of 2024 to ensure and enable simultaneous polls. Soon after the bill was introduced, the Lok Sabha, the opposition party leaders registered their objections. While introducing the bill in the lower house of parliament, Mr. Meghwal had said that the government is ready to send ONOE to the JPC. He also termed the objections to one bill as political. The two bills are aimed at holding Lok Sabha and the state assembly elections simultaneously in the country. The JPC is an ad hoc committee set up by the parliament to conduct a thorough examination of a specific subject or a bill. It consists of members from both houses and the ruling of the opposition parties. However, the number of members and compositions of the JPC are not limited. The JPC is dissolved after the examination is completed. The JPC's recommendations are advisory and the government is not required to abide by its decision. The committee can also gather evidence from its experts and consult public bodies, associations, individuals, and other interested parties. Science and Technology Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh this week launched India's first of its kind anti-pesticide bodysuit called as Kisan Kavach in New Delhi. In a statement, the Science and Technology Minister said that the bodysuit is designed to protect farmers from harmful effects of pesticide exposure. It said that the washable suit offers protection against pesticides included toxicity, which often leads to severe health complications, including breathing disorder and vision loss. Speaking at a press conference, Dr. Singh said the Kisan Kavach is a groundbreaking solution addressing a critical gap in the farmer safety. He said that initiatives like Kisan Kavach, the government is not only safeguarding farmers but also advancing towards climate resilient agriculture and sustainable development. The event also saw the distribution of the first batch of Kisan Kavach suits to farmers. India has pressed for a fair and mutually acceptable settlement of border dispute with China on 23rd meeting of the special representatives. The meeting was held between the National Security Advisor Ajit Doal and his Chinese counterpart, Foreign Minister Yang Yi, in Beijing. The External Affairs Ministry said that the two sides underlined the need for peaceful conditions on the ground so that the border issues don't hold back the normal development of bilateral relationships. Mr. Doval reaffirms India's readiness to engage in pragmatic communication with Beijing and emphasized New Delhi's commitment to create necessary conditions for final resolution of the dispute. Mr. Doval and his Chinese counterpart had extensive talks focusing on positive directions for cross-border cooperation, including resuming Kailash Mansarovar Yatra, river data sharing, and border trade. The last round of dialogue was held in New Delhi on December 2019. The decision to revive the special representative dialogues mechanism was taken at a meeting between Prime Minister Modi and Chinese President Xi Jinping in Kazan, Russia in October 2023. A mysterious disease called as Dinga, which translates to shaking like dancing, has emerged in Uganda, mostly affecting women and children. The disease was first detected in Bundi Bugyo district in early 2023 and is now being investigated by the health authorities. So far, around 300 people have shown the symptoms of this disease, including excessive body shaking, high fever, extreme weakness, and feeling of paralysis. Despite the intensity of symptoms, no death has been attributed to this disease. District health officers have said that most patients recover within a week with antibiotics and discourage herbal medicines and remedies due to lack of any scientific evidence. India has partnered with France Museum Development to establish Yuga Yugain Bharat National Museum as a global cultural landmark. This ambitious project is an integral part of Central Vista redevelopment project and is set to span approximately 155,000 square meters across the iconic North and South Block in New Delhi. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar and the Cultural Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat were present at the signing-in ceremony between the National Museum and France Museums Development in New Delhi. As part of this agreement, India and France will collaborate on the comprehensive feasibility study encompassing museum case studies, interpretative planning, and development programs. France's renowned expertise in museum development, exemplified by the Grand Louvre, will play a pivotal role in shaping this project. The adaptive reuse of the historic North and South blocks will ensure the preservation and their architectural heritage while creating a vibrant and effective cultural space. Russia and Ukraine have both ruled out renewing a gas transit deal for Europe. Russian President Vladimir Putin stated that Kyiv has refused to extend the 5-year agreement to transport Russian gas across Ukraine beyond its expiry at the end of this month. In a statement in Brussels, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky also indicated that Kyiv will not transit Russian gas. During this annual press conference, President Putin confirmed that there will be so much contract. It is clear now. Earlier, European Union leaders met with President Zelensky, with the gas transit being a key topic for discussion. Countries led by major gas buyer Slovakia have recently intensified efforts to find solutions to ensure that the gas flows from the east continues next year. However, the issue presents a challenge for consumers such as Slovakia, who are working to negotiate a deal that would be acceptable to Ukraine, which has repeatedly refused to continue transporting Russian gas, aiming to limit Kremlin's revenues. Russian President Vladimir Putin has stated that he is ready to compromise over Ukraine in possible talks with US President-elect Donald Trump to end the war. Talking to media persons, President Putin stated that he has no conditions for talks with Ukrainian authority and is ready to negotiate with anyone, including President Volodymyr Zelensky. However, the Russian president emphasized that the deal must be signed by Ukrainians' legitimate authorities, which the Kremlin currently recognizes as a Ukrainian parliament. President Putin dismissed claims that Russia is in weak position, asserting that the country has grown stronger since 2022 conflict. He also rejected the idea of temporary truce with Kyiv, stating that only a lasting peace deal would be acceptable. Regarding talks with President Trump, President Putin said that he is open to meeting but has not spoken to him for years. Trump has promised to end the conflict swiftly but has not outlined his approach.
Well, that's all, friends, for this week's updates. See you soon next Sunday on the same channel. Till then, take care. Bye bye.